This room looks great, but it has one big problem. There's almost no air movement in this vaulted space. So we're installing a ceiling fan designed for large rooms. I'll show the install and why this makes a difference. We are going to install a macro air ceiling fan in this vaulted room. You can see there used to be an old ceiling fan right there. It was a unstable ceiling fan, and I love macro air fans, so I'm installing one that's meant for a big room. Plus, we removed, if you guys remember, we removed this whole wall between the kitchen and living room. So I want something that's going to move an efficient amount of air, and these fans are meant for that. They're designed for that. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. This would have obviously been easier when I didn't have anything in here, but all I have to do is move this couch, put my ladder up, and I have access to where I need to go. And the great thing part about this is already set up for a ceiling fan. So check this thing out. Nice black blade here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch from the 6-inch drop tube to the 12-inch. I want this to hang down from the ceiling a little bit further. So we have a screw right here that we have to remove. Got that out. The next thing you do is you slide this ball down. Got to get the ground wire out of the way. Slide the ball down, pull this little guy out. That drops out. Take the new one, slide it in, take your pin, put it through here, drop it down in, take the screw you removed prior, and reinstall. It's as easy as that. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is cut these wires to length. So I'm just gonna hold this here. I need enough wire to get up through this tube, and then a little bit more, so that looks good right there. I'm gonna cut that. We can strip it once we have it through. We are going to pull this pin right here, slide that out, put those to the side. We are going to need this on here, this trim. Slide the wires up through there. Set that on there. Now we're gonna take, and we gotta slide these wires up through here. And if that's here. Now you're gonna line this hole up. All right, let's get up there. I think there's screws up there already. This box is pretty nice because it has a 2x4 that goes across here, so I can put my screws right in to that wood into that wood framing. Now we got to take that ball and set it in here. So if you look at this, this is what slides into that bracket. If you look on the one side, there is a groove. There is a groove right there. So that ball slides up and over and then drops into here. And that way it'll line up with that and it'll keep it solid. This fan can go on a side of a ceiling, so like a slanted ceiling up to 412, I think. But we're gonna carry that up there and slide that in. So that slides in there like so. Power is off to the circuit. So ground to ground. Black to black. And then white to white. And then this baby right here goes up, find the two screws, rotate it, and then we just tighten these 2 screws, and this part's all done. All right, so the next step is to take these 6 screws out. And one thing I didn't think about, guys, is 12-inch drop tube far enough to get these blades away from the ceiling to All right, so got that off. Now we have to take all of these bolts off so we can get the fan blades on. All right, now it's time to put the blades up, and we're gonna find out if these are far enough away from the ceiling. I believe so. Remember, open, space up. Screwed that before, so you wanna make sure these are all the same way, or this will be out of balance. If you put them in all the same way, this thing will be perfectly balanced. I found when you put this first bolt in each fan blade, if it doesn't line up, you got to push up on the outside of the blade, and then it goes in almost every time. All right, now we got to tighten these all up. There we have it. Boy, that looks unbelievable. I can put our trim back on. All right, for the battery, take this little screw loose. Positive faces out. Slide that in. This does not have a light kit on it, so it's going to be set, the little toggle switch is going to be set to on off. Snap that back in there. Tighten the screw. This right here was the switch for the fan, or light and fan. Now we just have a fan. So I'm going to turn that on. Then I'm just going to push and hold 0, and it should go through its test phase. And the fan's starting to move. So what we have here is 6 speeds plus a reverse button. So let's see which way it's going to go right now. I just hit 1, and it's going to go in forward. What is crazy about this is how fast this fan will actually go and how stable it actually is. So that's speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. Boy, I can really feel the air right now. Speed 4, speed 5. My gosh, the amount of air I can feel is crazy. And speed 6. There's so much air movement that it's moving this fake plant over here. All right, so one thing you guys don't want to do is hit the reverse button while this fan is going one way. You want to slow the fan to a stop, and then once it's stopped, you can switch direction. If I had that thing full speed and I just hit reverse, you could end up damaging the fan, I would imagine, with it moving that fast. I mean, this thing is incredible. I will tell you this, these fans are more expensive than a fan you can get at the hardware store or the home improvement store. But I will tell you, the quality is so much greater. I look at a ceiling fan as part of my HVAC system and how well the efficiency of the house is. And so I like these higher end ceiling fans. All right guys, so now that we have this up here and running, I've showed you this on high speed. It is absolutely unbelievable. It's super stable. In the installation manual, it gives you all of the clearances you need. On a vaulted ceiling, they want 18 inches between the blade tip and the ceiling. In my situation, I did not get that. That's not a hard failure threshold that's in there, but it is about optimal performance. Engineers calculate airflow, all that kind of stuff, and come up with those measurements. I wanted my ceiling fan up a little bit higher, so I didn't reach that 18 inches. However, the fan is stable, it's not wobbly, I don't get pulsing air, there's no increased noise, so I am not concerned about this fan. I have plenty of clearance, the blades aren't going to hit the ceiling. Obviously that would be an issue. Another thing to consider is how fast are you going to run this fan? I have tested it at full speed, but realistically, there's probably not going to be a time that I turn this on speed number 6 inside the house. Most likely I'll be running it on speed 1 or 2. These blades are designed to move high volume of air at very low speeds, and that's how I intend to use this. And since we're talking about air movement, Macro Air provided me with a visual air trajectory before I took this wall out and after I took this wall out. I'll put it on the screen right now, but it's pretty cool to see the airflow when this wall was in and then what it is projected to do with the wall out. And that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this to feel more open, and I wanted to have more air movement with this ceiling fan. All right guys, that's gonna be a wrap on the installation of this ceiling fan in this vaulted room. It has accomplished exactly what I wanted it to. Make sure you come back because I'm going to have another video on the Macro Air fan. It's fans that I'm putting in the upstairs room, and they are releasing a fan with a light kit, which is super awesome. I am super pumped about how they turned out and how bright they are. So make sure you come back to check that out. As always, we appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share us with your friends, and don't stop dreaming.